Okay, so episodes 2 and 3 of Daredevil Born Again Season 4. 2 had come out. I was thinking Invincible real quick. And overall, I really liked them. I'm going to talk about what I liked. Though, I will talk about some few negatives. First one. It's not really a negative per se. Well, kind of right now is a little bit of a negative. But it's just me questioning what's going to happen. So, a few characters are confirmed to appear. Jessica Jones, Kristen Ritter is coming back as Jessica Jones. That was one of the big marketing ploys. That I was like, oh, Jessica Jones is coming back. For her to not appear halfway through a season, and there is supposed to be a backstory episode, which may be where we see Mahoney, although hopefully Mahoney is just in the season, because that'd be great. But there's supposed to be a backstory episode, which is why Foggy and Wesley are in the trailer when both of them are dead. And if there is a flashback episode, well, no Bullseye, which I'll talk about him in a second, no Bullseye, and no Jessica Jones. So Jessica Jones is only going to appear in half the season, even though she would. And that's just thinking that if she appears in episode 4 and onwards, which she may not. 4, 5, 6, 8. Yeah. Like, that's just thinking that will she appear in episode 4, which we don't know if she will or not. So, really, it's a little bit odd that she hasn't shown up yet. And Bullseye, while this may have been making my hopes up, I did expect him to appear a little more. Although the scene where he goes to church asking for Sister Maggie, who, if you didn't see Daredevil Season 3 or just forgot, that's Matt's mom. So, kind of crazy, and I found it really funny because I was just talking about that with someone, like, earlier, like, I don't think that she really has a chance of showing up in this season, because why would she? And, well, she's not. She's on sabbatical. Hopefully that's how you say that word. But anyways, that Bullseye also, like, in episode 2, he was good being the fear factor for Vanessa Fisk. But did he even appear in episode 3? It just felt a little odd. So yeah, that is just a couple things, and that's really it for my problems with these 2 episodes. It's just that I don't get in Mahoney. He was set to appear in the season. I really hope it's not just the flashback episode. I would love to see him dealing with the fact that there are just a lot of corrupt cops in the city. I think that would be so interesting, but whatever. Yeah. Also, I know people are like, oh, where's Frank? Frank should return. He has a special coming out that'll probably explain why he's not there. And B, the actor just, again, couldn't make it. He was filming the special. I'm pretty sure that's why he just couldn't film it. I'm pretty sure. I don't know when the Odyssey was filmed. Oh, he also had Brand New Day. Yeah, he did film Brand New Day, although I'm pretty sure that was filmed like a little bit after Born Again. But still, my point stands. He just didn't have the time. Which is why Frank Castle is most likely not going to appear in the season. Anyways, let's get to some of the good. Let's start off with the fight scenes. I mean, I feel like that fight scene in episode 2 where the anti-vigilante task force raids Josie's bar, that one's going to be overlooked because the scene at the end of episode 3 is just a much better fight scene. It's a one take, which is awesome. Daredevil was was pretty, I mean, people said Daredevil's action was revolutionary in its one-shot fight scenes. I mean, it is no 11-minute one-shot and one take and Blindsided, and I'm pretty sure it wasn't technically one shot. They just used some editing tricks to make it look that way, but it's still amazing. It's still an amazing fight scene. I don't know why I'm complaining. Honestly, most of the I'm kind of forgetting about all the good stuff in episode 2, because episode 3 is just a lot better. I think episode 3 so far is the best episode of the season, and yeah, it's going well. But episode 2 was very good. There were just a bunch of subtle, nice scenes. like with Frank or not Frank, them talking about Bullseye, Karen and Matt, them just talking about Bullseye. I was thinking in this scene, like, I believe episode 3, where they're talking about Frank and how, while he did some bad things, it was effective. That's what Karen was talking about. And yeah, overall, I really like those scenes where they just, like I said this last time, like, they got me, like, into the scenes where they just sit down and talk, you know? Also, I'll just talk about episode 2 now. Episode 2, I really liked the fact. Oh, another thing that the character that is weird that they haven't shown up. Mr. Charles did not show up in episode 2 or 3 at all, and I'm confused why. But that just reminded me because they went to Fisk. But anyways, the Anti-Vigilante Task Force is showing up, and it's really cool. Well, actually, it's not really cool. I like the scenes with them. Basically, episode 2's entire point is to show how pretty bad and evil they are. And yeah, I think it's great Yusuf showing it, you know, just seeing like them do these things, like arrest Ava Ayala. I think her name's Ava. Yeah, watching them arrest her aunt, or Tia. Sorry. Yeah, it was just a great scene. Basically, these kids were stealing some alcohol, then the freaking cashier just pulled out a shotgun on them. He was just like, I'm sick of you robbing my store. I'm gonna shoot you now. I will say, that was a little bit weird. That scene, I was just a little bit weird about. I don't live in New York, to be fair. So maybe this, hey, all you New Yorkians who 0% of you are watching this video, can you tell me if this is like real? Do you guys just like pull out shotguns whenever someone's around? That was just, I don't know. And then the dude just came in and he was like, oh, you assaulted me because you tried to stop the fight and got in the way. And then she got into the jail with Fisk, or the Fisk jail. But anyways, I think this episode was a great job at showing us how the Anti-Vigilante Task Force works and how bad they are, especially when they tried to go with Cherry. Also, as much as I said Bullseye should have appeared more, doesn't mean every scene he was in wasn't amazing. Maybe it was just because the people who saw the season earlier were like, oh, he's the MVP of this season. And I'm like, okay, yeah, that's great. But yeah, overall, and there seems to be a theme with these people. Every episode 3 has had a trial. This one is of Jack Duquesne, and it's short, but it was a really great scene showing how it's implied that Fisk bribed the judges, right? That's what's implied, right? I could be wrong, but that's what I took from that they got bribed, like in season 3, where they bribed who? They in like the penultimate episode, scene 3, they did that. But anyways, that's what I got from that, right? We got that too. Anyways, it was a great scene of that and Kirsten McDuffie basically being completely locked out when going into the room. Overall, I really like that scene. It was really good. And I really like Heather and Kirsten having that argument about the vigilantes and how Heather faced vigilante violence, which is, I get why Heather turned to Fisk, because Muse almost killed her. And okay, yep, all of you guessed it. Heather's gonna be Lady Muse. I mean, like, they're not subtle anymore. She has the mask. And she's gonna become Lady Muse, probably be a villain in season 3. And honestly, I'm okay with that. Heather is just gone so high up in how I like her character. Like, season 1, she was an okay love interest to Matt, not as good as Karen. Maybe just equal with Elektra. I didn't really like Elektra that much. And I liked her as being the Fisk therapist, but she's just much more interesting in this antagonist role working for Fisk and manipulating the scenes, you know? I think she's just much better in that role than being a love interest to Matt. I think it makes her character much more interesting. And when she does become Lady Muse, she'll have a connection to Matt, and it'll make it interesting. You know? What else? Oh yes. So yeah, I said last week that the Matthew Lillard's character, Mr. Charles, could have been the one making the fist propaganda. I know it was obviously BB. I'm sorry. I saw a conspiracy theory online, or not conspiracy. I saw a theory online, like when the trailer came out, that it was him. It was not him. It was BB, because of course it was. But her scenes with that, and all those scenes in general, was just really, really good. I mean, the BB report was one of the most flattering things about season 1. I really liked it. I thought it had a neat touch, and I like they're doing it here with the fist propaganda. Yeah, I mean fist propaganda than anti-fist propaganda. It's pretty good. Speaking of which, Fisk is training for a charity boxing match, which a lot of people theorize that he's gonna kill that guy in the ring, and looks like it. I mean, did you see what he did to his trainer? But anyways, I'm kind of just going. I'm going off the top of my head, which is why this video is so random. But I'm gonna talk about Dex real quick. Benjamin Poindexter, or Bullseye, was one of my favorite MCU villains. I mean, top 5, maybe? I mean, he's amazing. He's an amazing character. And I love the dread that it gives you. Like, when Vanessa is talking about, talking to Buck, I believe. Yes, Buck. Like, oh, have you ever been in a room with Bullseye? I don't mean in a gala, a giant ballroom where, sure, he's in the same room, but, we're not interacting, he's not after me. Have you ever been in a room, 10 feet away from him where he has a gun pointing at your head? I presume it's in reference to when he crashed their wedding in season 3, and yeah. Dex is a menace, honestly, he's so good. And yeah, I'll just talk about characters real quick. I really, really like this cast. I mean, Karen is great, of course. And all the other characters, like Kirsten McDuffie, she's one of the most important character. She's a very important character in Daredevil comics. I'm glad that she's getting her dues here. Karen, like I said, great. Matt is amazing as ever. Bullseye, every scene is in is great. And Fist cast, honestly, Fist cast never needs to be fixing. Sheila, Buck, Daniel, and the Anti-Vigilante Task Force people, which I want to say, this episode gives you a good way, it just makes you hate them, and it works really well, because I think that's the goal of the episode, you know. Yeah, everyone in Fist side of the cast is just great. Also, I really love the governor showing up being yeah, bro, I got more power than you, but her still kind of being with Fist, and especially Vanessa whispering into his ear, she's doing this because she's scared by you. Could just be her gaslighting Fisk, but who knows. Overall, I liked the first episode. I think it was a really great episode. I think it was a great episode, a good 8.8 out of 10. That's really great, you know? And I think the third episode was just so amazing, especially that end. It was just so amazing. And even the start where they take one of the Anti-Vigilante Task Force members. And it's just so good. So good. I'm going to give it a 9.8 out of 10, the third episode. They're both... That episode was amazing. That was so amazing. Wow. I love that episode so much. And I will say, whether is it beating Invincible 4, Season 4 out, I will say, so far, slightly. Episode 5 of Invincible Season 4, which I'll make a video about tomorrow, really did boost the rating for me. I think that episode's a near perfect episode. Invincible Season 5, but, I mean, to be fair, Daredevil had a better premiere, had a pretty great second episode, and the best episode have about the same rating, about, just a couple points off from a 10 out of 10. So we'll see when the seasons are over. But so far, I think Daredevil narrowly beats out Invincible. To be fair, it doesn't help that Invincible had an episode that was just good. Which, to be fair, again, it was a good episode. It's just there's not a single episode in Daredevil worse than that one. So yeah. Anyways, bye.